Hello everyone, my name is KK and today we are doing a lives remaining countdown system for a PvP arena style match. The first thing you're going to want to do is create a room no bigger than 10 by 10 and completely enclosed, and I'll explain the size in just a moment. And now that we have our enclosed room built, we want to bring in a trigger volume, and we want this to be orientated with the room. It needs to fit corner to corner, and we're going to place this directly in the center. Now the reason the enclosed room can be no larger than a 10 by 10 is because that is how big this can go. This can only go up to 10. But for this one, we are going to make it 2 by 2 because that is the size of the building. And for the Z units, it does count as if it's going up and down. So you'll see that I have it 2 tall, but it is only displaying 1 high. So we're going to bump that up to 3 so it covers the room, even though it's only 1.5 tall right here. Now we're going to go ahead and make a link between the volume and the door. You're going to hop into that link, and in the overlap begin, you want our 1 spot to be unlock and our 2 spot to be open. This is very important that you get it in this order, because if you have open first, it will not open if it is locked. And then on the overlap in section, we want to do that in reverse. We're going to close it, then lock it. Now what this does is when there is a player in the room, it just means the door is open for you to exit. And once you do exit, the door is closed and can no longer be opened. And you can leave this door unlocked because your initial spawn will be in this room, so once you leave, it will close and lock anyway. I do like to leave doors unlocked because in design mode, if it is locked, you still can't swing a door open or closed. Also, the way you leave the door is how it will open automatically once it is triggered. So if it's facing this way, it'll open this way, and if it's this way, it'll always open this way. Next, we want to bring in a scoreboard, and we are just going to place this over the door just like that. Hop into the settings. I'm going to change this one to yellow to be pink because that is who I'm playing as, and over there I got that one pink for hoops. Now we want to create a link between the volume and the scoreboard. Hop into that link, and for your overlap begin, we want nothing, and for the overlap end, we do want it to decrease by 1. So what this does is every time you exit the room, this scoreboard is going to go down by 1. Now let's hop back in here and grab a timer. We're just going to place this right outside the door. I'm going to hop into the settings for the timer. Our main purpose here is to make sure that it is start on play and that it does not repeat. The rest of the settings do not matter. Now create a link between the timer and the scoreboard. Hop into that link. In our 1 spot, we want to do set value to however many lives you want each player to have, up to 10. And I'll explain that in just a moment. But for this, I'm going to do 3. Now we want to grab a counter with condition. We are just going to place this right inside the room, just like that. We are going to create a link between the volume and the counter with condition. Now you're going to hop into the CNC, and we're going to change our X value to be equal to however many lives you want each player to have. Now the reason you only want to do up to 10 is because this cannot go over 10. And again, for this purpose, I'm doing 3. Hop into this link, and on your overlap begin, we want to leave it on increment by 1. And for the overlap end, we do not want anything. Now we need to get a player spawn. We're going to place this in the room. Now keep in mind, when you place your player spawn, where you see this logo is the front. So this means I'm going to be spawning in facing the door. Now hop into those settings, and you want to set these to be which individual player you want to spawn in this room. For this one, it's Pete. Now we're going to create a link between the CNC and the player spawn. We're going to hop into this link, and on conditions passed, we want to deactivate this spawn, and on conditions failed, we want nothing. Now what this system does is it detects every time you're in this room, and it counts up by 1 until you hit the amount of lives used up, then it deactivates this spawn. Now you're going to want to create a little cage with no doors, no way in or out, and this is going to be where all players who have lost their lives spawn in. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I did leave the top off so I can't jump out. And also I needed a way up here because now we want to get another player spawn and place it in this cage. And for this one, if you want all players to spawn in the middle once they run out of lives, you can do this. Or if you want to do individual cages for each player, make sure to set it to that individual player. Now we want to create a new link between the CNC up to the new spawn in the cage. I'm going to hop into that link, and on conditions passed, we're going to activate, and on conditions failed, we want nothing. Now you want to get another timer, and we are just going to place this right in here with this spawn. We're going to create a link from the timer to the spawn. And the settings of the timer are going to be the same as the other. It needs to start on play and do not repeat. For the link, we want to set this to deactivate. And what this does is on start of game, this spawn deactivates, so you cannot have your initial spawn in this cage. Another thing to keep in mind is you cannot build around the volume. You do have to build, then place the volume. So this is it for Pete's room. So let's go ahead and hop in here and give it a test. Hopping in play mode, this will be our initial spawn. We walk out, door closes, our countdown shows 2, now that we have 2 lives remaining. Now we kill ourselves, respawn, back in the room, leave the room, door closes, door is locked, and we now have 1 life remaining. Respawn, back in the room, door opens, door closes, and we are out of lives. So we're gonna kill ourselves one more time. And we are in the cage. And over here you can see Hoops still has 3 lives left because she hasn't died because she doesn't exist in this game. But that's it. It's a pretty simple build. This can be altered in many different ways and can be utilized in many different settings. But all you need to do is build one for Willow, one for Max, and you're all set for a PvP arena style map. That is going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned anything from it, please subscribe. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, or any way you could change this or utilize this in your maps, please leave it in a comment below. Like this video and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. And you can follow me on Twitter at DJKK. I am trying to be more present on social media. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your continued support. Until next time, I'll see you.